what is the sound of nothing? We'll first have to know what nothing is. Nothing is defined as the absence of anything. But even in how we portray nothing, we create something. Rothko's triptych in his chapel in Houston. His way of painting nothing. But true nothing, wouldn't that be an empty canvas? And would we even accept that as nothing, or would we just see a canvas? Hang an empty canvas in a gallery, a space we're trained to read as meaningful. And even nothing becomes intentional. The absence itself starts to look like a statement. Move it to the floor, leaning against the wall, and it loses that. It's not a statement anymore. It's just a canvas, with nothing on it. A true form of nothing. We show nothing as an endless void. And a void still has a surface, a base, or a canvas. It's still something. Just something we agree to call nothing. John Cage's piece 433 is the perfect example of how it's impossible to truly create nothing. 4 minutes and 33 seconds of a pianist not playing at all. For this idea, he took inspiration from Robert Rauschenberg's. He took inspiration from Robert. Robert made white paintings in 1951. Both pieces seem to prove to you that it's impossible to say nothing, to create nothing. But is that actually true? Or is it just a context that was never really built to sustain nothing to begin with? Open a piece of editing software, add nothing, export it. You get a file full of nothing. You can do the same with audio. Open a DAW, add nothing, export it, and you get a perfectly produced nothing. What actually makes Cage's and Robert's work impossible to be a true representation of nothing isn't the nothing itself, it's the context around it. People bought a ticket. They physically walked into a concert hall or a museum. That's what turns an absence into a presence. Contrary to the definition of nothing, the absence of something actually becomes something. These pieces have a name, a place. I can talk about them, I can put them in this video. If I'm lucky, I could even buy a ticket to a showing and be in the room with them. So if someone, somewhere, is making real, actual nothing, we wouldn't know, because we only ever recognize nothing through the presence of something, and something through the presence of nothing. Hegel called it determinate negation. A shadow is only visible because of the light that casts it. So, what does nothing actually sound like? The sound of nothing depends entirely on what the context is, and how you use that context to your advantage. Put a record on. The crackle before the music is in this context the baseline of nothing. It's the floor the music stands on. We call it nothing because it's a natural layer of the medium that never stops until the record stops. Just like how a canvas always carries a painting. Now, if I play a digital file, if crackle started in this context, suddenly you'd know something is playing. This is part of the work. Same sound, different meaning, depending entirely on its context. So true nothing is impossible to represent by itself, because it needs context, and therefore contrast.